Yemeni citizens are growing increasingly fearful of a continued and severe deterioration in their humanitarian living and security conditions. This is due to the Houthi militia's persistent military escalation at various fronts and the repeated attacks on commercial ships in the Red Sea, coupled with ongoing mutual escalations between the group and Israel. Residents fear that the continuous escalation between the West and Israel on the one hand, and the Iranian-backed Houthi militia on the other, will lead to more suffering. Millions of Yemenis have been living in misery for several years due to the severe deterioration of their living conditions as a result of the coup, the war, and the continued policies of Houthi corruption, looting, and starvation. Since the start of US and British strikes, followed by Israeli strikes, and Tel Aviv's threats of a wider response against the Houthis, Yemenis in areas under Houthi control have lived in a state of anticipation, anxiety, and fear. Yemenis have categorically rejected the Houthi behavior that provokes military strikes targeting what remains of Yemen's vital infrastructure, disregarding the suffering of the people. They are struggling with high prices, corruption, salary cuts, deteriorating security and economic conditions, and widespread unemployment. Accompanying this suffering is a state of resentment and anger at the Houthis' deliberate disregard for the deteriorating humanitarian situation and the group's preoccupation with continuing military escalation on all fronts, mobilizing people of all ages for military recruitment. While Yemenis describe the Israeli and Western strikes on their country as blatant aggression and a flagrant disregard of sovereignty, destroying what remains of the country's resources, they also affirm that ordinary civilians are paying the highest price for the current military escalations.